Another quick video. I think I figured out how to solve this whole entire problem. You ready? We will give the liberals a handful of their own states. All right? We'll let them have California, Oregon, and Washington. We'll let them have the timber. We'll let them have that. We'll take like Arizona and stuff like that. We'll let them have Michigan. No offense against my Michigan friends. We'll let them have Minnesota, because what's really in Minnesota? We'll let them have New York. But what we should do is make it so they can't leave. Okay? Once they're established as a residence, they can't leave. Not for like 8 years. Okay? And then we'll basically just give it to them. Be like, hey, this is what, if you guys do you. Take the whole entire West Coast, put a wall up there, and be like, do your socialism. Do your fucking illegal immigration. Do your non-fucking, prosecution of criminal activities. And see how long it actually lasts. That's what we should do. We should just literally wall off part of the country and just give it to the left. Be like, you know what? You guys are no longer part of the United States. We have annexed you out. This here, from this border over and this border over, and these random states are gonna be members of the U.S. The rest of you, you're on your own. We'll call you the left states of America, or so, I don't know, whatever it is. But let you guys, and then we'll do the comparison. In a few years, we'll see how many of you want to come back and want to leave your wonderful blue state that you love so much because you hate Trump and the Republicans. How many of you will still support the bullshit after you live it and are forced to live it? The reason it's spreading is because so many people, like my stepmother and my fucking dad, who I don't like very much anymore, and their kids, other than me, all moved from California, from San Diego, okay, where they've lived for, God, fucking 40 years. They sold their home due to the cost, the crime, and the condition of the state of California. Get this, they sold their home. I don't know how they did. I mean, they sold it a few years back before California really, they were like the first of the Johnny-come-latelys. They were the first ones to see the effects of their voting, okay? So they sold their home and moved to Tumwater, fucking Washington, or Tumwater, I think it is, where they bought another home. And both are registered Democrats. And now you see what's happening in Washington State. Okay? And I don't talk with that side of my family anymore, because they obviously there's nothing there. Nothing there. My dad really didn't do much for me anyway. It was my mother that raised me. But you see my point? They keep moving from where they're from to another place, blue or not, and then vote the exact same way. And what happens when you have enough people leave shitholes like California and New York and Washington and Oregon and Minnesota and fucking Michigan, no offense, they move to places like Florida and Texas and Arizona, and they vote blue again. And then more of them move to where you're at. Meanwhile, the congressional seats stay the same in the state that they left, because it's a shithole now and nobody wants to move there. So then they start moving to other places and they start voting blue. And eventually what happens is they turn that state blue. Y'all wonder how a bunch of motherfuckers in New York can vote for the same motherfucker that essentially flew airplanes into the World Trade Center? That's why, what we're seeing right now. Because the left has gone so far to the left of the center that no matter what you say, if it's anti what they believe, it's just Trump. And they will continue. Trump's going to be gone here shortly. Not like, that. But I mean, and what they'll do is they'll say he's controlling the right from the grave. He is taught and trained all. This Trump shit's going to last another 10 years after the motherfucker's dead. Okay? The problem is you have these people that actually believe that. So they move somewhere else and they're like, oh man, this is a fucking great place. Too bad it's ran by fucking the right, like Florida. Like, I mean, did you see all these No Kings protests? All these stupid people out there? Mainly senior citizens, I ain't gonna lie. But those are the people that moved from California to Florida because they couldn't afford to live there. They had their houses broken into, they had their shit fucking stolen, or they just got simply taxed out of existence there. So they moved to Florida, but they still have the mental illness of leftism. So they vote The same way they did that caused them to have to leave California in the first place. And I tried to tell Gary this. Gary's a friend of my Aunt Retta's. He wants to bone her, and which is, they're way old. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's not the point. Gary is a leftist, like to the point. Every time he shows up, he literally just regurgitates the same shit that I see come out of social media. Oh, Trump raped a 14-year-old girl. Blah. Well, Mr. Gary, can you prove that? Oh, I don't need to prove. Well, that's like me saying you raped a 14-year-old girl, Gary. What if I ran around this whole town and said you raped a 14-year-old girl? You're going to want some fucking proof of that, because some stupid person might just believe me and come after you, right? Oh, but that's okay if you do that to Trump, though, right? That's okay. Oh, well, Trump's a dictator. How's a dictator, okay? So you're going to go to and this was the weekend before the No Kings. So, obviously, I know you're going to go to the No Kings protest next week. You're damn right I am. And, you do realize that, the whole No Kings protest, all the other protests have been, created, scheduled, all in order to draw attention from fraud. Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, so Tim Walz, Tim Walz is 10 times the man Trump will ever be. Okay. Yep. Tampon Timmy is 10 times the man he would ever be. And I'm like, but that's regardless. You're going to go to the No Kings protest this weekend, right? He's like, you're goddamn right you are. And I was like, despite the fact that there's not a king, well, he's acting like one. How? Oh, well, he's breaking the law with the illegal war. Okay, so him attacking Iran without congressional approval and Venezuela is illegal war. Yes. So Obama attacking Syria, Obama attacking Iraq, that was because he was doing it for a good cause. Oh, so it's a moral thing now. It's not an illegal war. It's an immoral war, which is fine. But it's, and you can literally talk to these people and they just regurgitate the same shit. They just keep spewing it out. They just keep saying the same thing. And it's like, dude, man, you need to get off Facebook. You need to really quit listening to fucking CNN. You need to quit listening to fucking Nancy. Quit listening to fucking... And the worst thing is Gary's the kind of person that doesn't just listen to, just doesn't get his information and news off Facebook. He actually tunes in to Tim Walz and Kamala Harris and listens to what they say and believes them. Which is... that... Need I say more? He listens to them and believes them. So when Tim Walz says that Trump is a piece of shit, that Trump is a sex predator, that Trump is a schemer and a scammer and has made billions of dollars and this and that, and Trump, he just believes it. He doesn't go and try to research. He doesn't go to see if he's being lied to, because he's been lied to so long, and his TDS is bad. And yeah, I made coffee. That's kind of why I'm hyper. He just believes it. He doesn't ask. He doesn't research. He just fucking sucks it in and spews it back out and thinks it's real, thinks it's fact, and it's totally not. And that's another thing that's the same kind of person. Because I asked him, so you think that people who support Trump and Trump people should be locked up? Oh, yes, absolutely. For what? Oh, because you're a danger to our democracy. Your democracy, you do realize it's a constitutional republic. Oh, that's the same thing. I was like, no, it's not actually. Because in a constitutional republic, someone like Trump is not a king. And he's not a danger to your democracy because we don't live in a democracy. They want a democracy, which is where the vast majority, that's why they're making the government so big. The vast majority of the people that control the power control the decisions. A democracy is we vote them in and they do whatever the fuck they want to do until it's time to get out. A constitutional republic gives you the option to impeach them like you guys are always trying to do to fucking Trump. So, literally, these people live in a reverse fantasy world that the only time the narrative fits what they want is if they make it fit what they want. Reality is not a narrative. Fact is not a narrative. The narrative is anything that they think can be used against Trump to bring Trump and Trump and his supporters down. That's all it is. Their whole identity revolves around that. And that is sick. That is fucking scary, man. Their whole identity revolves around Trump. That's all they think about all day long. They wake up, they think about Trump. They think about Trump when they go to bed, and they probably dream about the motherfucker. And that is fucking really twisted. Anyways, it's about time for me to get ready. Yep, to go to work, 9:30. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. Watch out for those retards because they're out there. And Gary, man, I mean, I like you, bro. I really do. You're like a lot of my lefty friends. I mean, you got a good heart, dude, and I think you're coming from the right place. You just don't understand where you're coming from because you've been tricked. But that's all I got to say about that. Anyways, you guys all take care, and don't be tricked.